first question, it's kind of a compilation question here. How and when did you guys get together?
Do you want to say that?
I believe it's February 28th, so it's very recently. And yeah, I invited them basically because it's always my dream to form a string quartet. You know, I'm the violist, and usually violists have not much option, you know. And then, I mean, also I really love chamber music, especially string quartet, a lot. And
Yeah.
I admire them in school before we even play together.
Yeah.
So I invited them and asked them if they are interested in, you know, trying more seriously. And I'm glad they all willing to try it.
Yeah, I am too. So I'm assuming the rest of you guys at this point at least have some interest in chamber music, right? You showed up, you know, we get it. This is good.
Yeah, at least we're here. And
Yeah, this is good. Now, what year are you guys at the school?
I'm a senior right now.
I'm third year. I'm also a senior here.
With Sai-Sai's third year.
All right. Now, where does your name Latimer come from? It must mean something to you, but the audience has no idea. So tell us a little bit about Latimer.
So when we were thinking about names, we were brainstorming. An idea came up that the rehearsal room that we would always rehearse in would have its own room name, and we were trying to think of a name that would resemble Curtis and kind of matches our energy as well. And we're like, oh, Curtis Quartet exists. And we would think about the famous Locust Street, and that also, was already taken. So Latimer is a street name right behind Curtis, and there's a store called Latimer that we all like to visit, and it's definitely a name that all of us can relate to as an individual, and also represents Curtis and Philly.
So, hey, fantastic! That's great.
Yeah.
Well, now, I'm assuming you already had a coach involved before you even named yourself, right?
Right.
Yeah, and is Steve your coach?
Uh-huh.
Tell me about his coaching style. Tell me what's he like?
All right.
Oh, well, he definitely tends to teach us like how we have to have a lot of varieties in our group, and then I think he was actually really serious for us because when we told him about like how we are actually really getting serious with this quartet, and then he was telling me a lot of advices like how he was like when he was experiencing with his own quartet or in earlier careers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that just really helped us, like how to form a group and how to even rehearse actually. And that was a really helpful thing we got from him.
Did he know Jotian?
I'm not sure if he knew Zotian, but probably it's possible.
How is that piece coming along? And tell me about your experience with that piece so far. I know it's not been that long, but tell me what you're experiencing with that and your thoughts on that.
I mean, well, I think when we first started, I don't think any of us are really used to playing contemporary quartets or learning something altogether. I'm sure we all have our own experiences learning that's more contemporary compared to other pieces, but we started off as how we're kind of taught to, with metronome, everything straightforward, with the scores next to us, trying to figure out what's going on, and then we were working from there, getting used to the parts individually and trying to add our own interpretation to the piece and trying to make it something, Latimer Quartet.
Right, something that says Latimer Quartet, yeah, something unique, because there'll be 4 interpretations when you show up for that event. All right, thanks, guys. How did you select your other repertoire? How'd you come to the other pieces?
I think we started to sight read a lot of pieces when we tried to form a group first, and then I was just remembering like a lot of pieces, and I think it's just very randomly just came to my mind like how Mendelssohn is it's actually a really good repertoire to start a group as well. It's a very difficult piece, but I think there are a lot of fundamental stuff that we can actually learn from that quartet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then especially our first violinist, he loved that piece so much. So that he was actually really complimenting me, like, Haram, this is such a great choice for this quartet. Like, he loves this music, and I think we can learn a lot from this.
Mr. K.
I'm not looking at the list of the pieces you're playing in front of me. I probably should have it, but you're my first group today, so I probably should have it up there. Your other piece, I think, is a Haydn Quartet. Am I right about that? Yeah. Which one are you doing? I forgot. Tell me which one it is.
It's a lark quartet. You want to talk about it?
No,
I mean, sure, I can talk about why we came up with it. I mean, to be completely honest, we had to find a piece pretty quickly. We were kind of running out of time,
Yep.
and we were all looking for a quartet that was the opposite energy from Mendelssohn, and something that can be relatively put together a little faster compared to other quartets. And I played the Lark before a couple years ago at a festival, and I think everybody else have at least played it once before. And I mean, I love the piece. That's why the first piece that came into mind was Haydn Lark. So, and I mentioned it, and thankfully they said yes. So.
Fantastic. I love Haydn quartets. I think they really show a great deal about the quartet, and it does make sense if you don't have a lot of time to get started, something that's got clear structure and that kind of stuff. So, and especially if you played it, you definitely want to compete with things that you've played or have seen a bit. So you guys are needing to find something like that in the repertoire. So I'm glad, and I hope the Jotin proves to be something that you really like and can knock it down. Last question, guys. Is there a fun backstory or two you can share with us about the group? Anything besides the Latimer grocery store or whatever that is across the street?
Our group has a very fun rule that every minute you're late to rehearsal, or if you're late to rehearsal, it doesn't matter if you're late by 1 second or 10 minutes, you have to buy the entire group coffee. If you don't bring a pencil to rehearsal, you have to buy everybody beer, at least for the people of age. And if you are late for coaching, you have to buy everybody dinner. So our quartet went to a certain somebody being 30 minutes late to rehearsal once, to him sprinting down the hallway. But still, that certain somebody still has to, has to pay the consequences the most. But I don't know. I mean, I thought
that's a good story, guys. I like that story. That's really good. That's unique. I've been doing this for 17 years and I haven't heard any of that, something like that. Probably because this is the first college division we've had. I'll say that. No, seriously, that's excellent. I think it's a good rule. I mean, being late to string quartet, as I know, after playing 36 years in the string quartet, is not fun because everybody's waiting for you. You can't do anything, and work just stops until that person is there. So this is neat. You guys are a brand new string quartet, and I wish you the very best, guys. Coming up next month, 4 fine quartets are coming. And do you have any last comments individually or as a group that you'd like to share with the audience? And again, I'm going to edit this a little bit, but not much. You guys are giving me some great stuff to put on here. But is there anything that you'd like to share with the quartet before we say goodbye? You're going to let your music speak for yourself, aren't you guys? I could just tell.
Right, exactly.